A Vort from the Rebbe on this week's Parshas Matos and Masei, but we're going to discuss a Vort on Parshas Matos. Beginning of Parshas Matos, it talks about the din of Nedorim. A person is allowed to make a vow that he will not eat something, he will not do something, and must keep the vow. Then there's another din that he's able to go to a chacham and nullify the vow. Nowadays we don't have such a chacham because it has to be a special expert. You go to a bezdin. But that's the idea, that you could go to a chacham and he could nullify the vow. Now, concerning making a vow and making certain things forbidden on yourself, we find seemingly a contradiction. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea to do it? So in Pirkei Avos it says, Nedorim siog laprishus. To make nedorim, to make vows, is a fence to stay away from averis. Because if you make yourself osir certain things which are allowed, you certainly will not do things which are not allowed. Even if something that's mutter you're stopping from doing, certainly you won't do something that's not allowed. On the other hand, the Chazal tell us that a person who makes a vow like that is called a chayte, is called a sinner. Because the Chazal say, the Eibishter says, Lei dayach mash osrach Torah, it's not enough or the Torah forbid for you, and you have to make on yourself more things osir. So why do you do it? So here it comes like a contradiction. On one hand, it's a good thing, on one hand, it's a bad thing. And the answer that the Rebbe gives, and it's explained in Chassidus, is that it depends for who. Be'emes, the ultimate level is not to make vows, not to make things which are permitted, not to make it forbidden to you. Because when you do something that's allowed, and you do it in the proper way, l'shem shemayim, like it says, kol masecha l'shem shemayim, whatever you do, l'shem shemayim, b'chol drachecha de'yu, in all your ways that you do your own things which you're allowed to do. You know Hashem, that's something good. The Eibishter wants us to do that. The Eibishter wants us to elevate the gashmistic things of the world. So if you eat, and you eat properly, meaning beruchnis properly, you elevate the food. And that's what the Eibishter wants. The Eibishter wants a dira b'tachtonim. It says in Medrash, the Eibishter wanted they should have a dwelling place in this low world to elevate the gashmias. So the ultimate level is not to make vows, not to make things which are permitted, not to make a moser. Do it, eat what you're able to eat, but eat it l'shem shemayim, you elevate it. But many people are not on that level. So people are on that level, then we say, don't make the vows. It's not enough the Eibishter asked you certain things, which allowed you, whatever you're allowed to do, you have to do it in the proper way and elevate it. But people who are not in that level, that's where the Pirkei Avos says that Nedorim siog laprishus. Because it's possible that if you do the things that you're allowed to do, you won't do it properly, and that might bring you to do other things which you're not allowed to do. If you're in that level, then it's a good idea to make Nedorim. It's a good idea to aser upon yourself, make yourself forbidden of certain things which are mutter, because you will not anyway elevate it. And not only that, it might lead you to something that's worse. And that's why it's not a good idea to make a neder. And it is a good idea, to make a neder, that keeps you away from doing averis. And that's the deeper meaning of what it says, that you go to a chacham and he'll nullify your neder. Going to a chacham means you go to a person who's a tzaddik, a person who's na'ir madrege. He will guide you to reach the level not to have the nedorim. You go to a Rebbe, the Rebbe guides you and elevates you in a higher level of service Hashem. That's when you will not need the nedorim. That's the deeper meaning, and it says that a chacham could be matir the neder, could be mefer the neder, could nullify the neder. That means that you don't need the nedorim. So the ultimate level is not to make nedorim. The ultimate level is to have a chacham nullify the neder. But till you get to that level, a person should stay away from things that you're allowed. But if you go to a chacham, you go to a tzaddik, you go to a rebbe, that could lead a person to come to the higher level. And then if you're the higher level, then you don't need nedorim. Adarabah, you have to get involved in the gashmis in order to elevate the gashmis.